What's up y'all, Josh Luck here. In today's video, I'm going to do a basic beginner's guide on how to run Facebook ads. But before I begin, again, my name is Josh, aka Wallamoose. I post videos twice a week with content regarding digital business and entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. But without further ado, let's get started. So this video is going to be geared more towards beginners. So if you kind of know what you're doing with Facebook ads, I'll have some links in the description below for more advanced videos. But if you are a beginner, this video should serve as a foundation and give you everything you need to know from running an ad campaign from start to end. So hopefully, with the things you learn in this video, you can be well on your way to having successful ad campaigns. So let's jump here into Facebook and get started. So the first thing you need to do when running Facebook ads is actually have a business page associated to run those ads with. You can't run ads for a personal account, but you can create a business page associated with your personal account. So if you already have a business page, just skip ahead about 30 seconds because I'm going to quickly go over how to create one. So on your home page on your personal account, go over here on the left-hand side and hit Pages. And as you can see, I've had quite a few pages in my past, but yours should be blank if you don't have one. And then over here on the left, just create a new page right here and fill out your information. And then you can meet us when you're ready. All right, now we're ready to get started. So on Facebook, there's actually two ways to run ads. And that is within your actual business page. There's a link over here for Ad Center where you can create ads directly in your page. Or you can go over to business.facebook.com, which is essentially a more in-depth portal so you can have a bit more settings. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to create an ad through your Facebook page just because it's easier. And when you use the business portal, again, business.facebook.com, it's easy to get overwhelmed. So we're just going to keep it simple by doing it this way. So again, the Ad Center is over here, but before I do that, I want to talk about one thing. You'll notice when you have a post, there's a little boost post button. So Facebook has Facebook ads and then boosting, and they're two essentially the same things, but they're a little bit different. So boosting a post is showing that specific post to an audience to increase engagement. So like get more likes, get more shares, more comments. But the problem with that is people may think like, oh, that's a cheap way to get engagement and build traffic for my store or for my page. But the problem is Facebook is really good about knowing their audience and knowing who has a tendency to like things as opposed to who has a tendency to purchase things, like pages, follow pages. And so when you boost a post, although it is cheaper, Facebook will just send it to people who have a tendency to like it as opposed to like truly engage with your page and become a fan, become a buyer, subscriber, whatever you want them to do. So I've got a video on boosting versus ads. I'll link that in the description below if you want a more in-depth look at it. But essentially, I would only boost a post if you're maybe having like a sale and you want to boost it to your existing followers and just really make sure they see it. But if you want to reach a new audience, I would recommend just using Facebook ads. So again, watch that in the description below, but we're just going to be focusing on the Ad Center today. So let's click on this and begin. All right, so after you click on the Ad Center, you can get an idea of how past ads have done. Yours is most likely blank right now. But we're just gonna go up here and hit create new ad. And Facebook recently updated. I like this new setup where there's not as many options. So right off the bat, you're given 3 different options. Start with automatic ads, which if you are really intimidated on Facebook ads and you just want Facebook to do the work for you, I would recommend doing this. It'll prompt you through some questions and it's pretty easy. You're gonna have a bit more of a budget because it's gotta learn. And so you're gonna put some money to useless ads until it can learn, and then you'll have more effective ads in the long run. Or you can boost a post, which I talked about earlier. I wouldn't recommend unless you really want to reaching your already existing following. And then we're going to focus on create new ad from scratch. So click on this, and this will take us into the actual meat of creating your ad. So when creating an ad on Facebook, there's a few things you want to think about. You want to think about the end goal. And like I said before, Facebook really knows its audience and knows who does what things. And so if you want to get more sales, hit the sale option, and Facebook will send it to people who are more likely to buy things. If you're wanting likes, Facebook will send it to people who are most likely to like things. Same for leads, same for contacts, all that different stuff. And so think about your goal and what you want to achieve with this ad. You can see all to expand it, but most of the time, people usually want website visitors or leads. So let's do website visitors as our goal. And now Facebook will send it to people who most likely click through to see websites. And then over here on the left, you can add preview so you can see what it looks like when it pulls up in people's feeds. And then we have the estimated daily results, which will change as we change the settings. And then we will go down here to the ad creative to actually create the ad. So let me scroll so we can see the preview and this. So the description, as you can see, digital entrepreneurship. This goes right here below your page and above your image. So just whatever you want. If you're having a sale, let's just say summer sale ending soon. Just something to catch people's attention. And then as you can see, it updates up here, summer sale ending soon. And then headline, this is what goes right here. So summer sale, as you can see, it updates right here. I would recommend keeping it short and attention grabbing. Don't have like a super long sentence just because there's not much space here. So summer sale fits perfectly. And then I have my longer description up here. And then if you notice there's a button, we can actually change what the button says. So if you want people to buy or visit your website, you can do learn more, download. Let's do learn more. You can actually expand it a little bit. I didn't see the full thing right off the bat. Let's do shop now because it's a sale. I want people to shop. And then of course have your website URL. This is where the button will lead. So let's just do wallamoose.com. And then if we go back over here, this is a preview, looks pretty good. And then for the image, just go up here to edit options, choose an image, choose a video, upload new or crop image. So with Facebook ads, videos perform very well. So if you have a video, go for it. But if not, just do a catchy image, keep the text low, keep all your text within the ad itself, and just have a catchy image. And then you've got the beginnings of a pretty good ad. So now after you do that, we're gonna go down here and actually create who sees our audiences. So a special ad category, this is very important if you are a realtor, if you're a loan officer, if you're dealing with elections or political or social issues. Essentially, if you're in something that legally must be non-discriminatory, and what I mean by that, I'm not saying it be discriminatory. I'm saying like if, let's say, you run a sale on your clothing, but you only have women's clothing, obviously you're just going to target women and not target men. However, if you're a realtor, you can't do that. You have to target, you have to be equal, and so there's no discrimination, and so that's essentially what that means. I'm not saying you can be discriminatory, I'm just saying there are certain situations like men's clothing, you just want to target men, but for this, make sure your special ad category, and then you can choose your thing, and then you're a bit limited on who you can target. But again, that's only for like realtors, loan officers, stuff like that. And then down here for audiences, we're almost done. I promise this is kind of a long video. So this is where you actually choose who sees your ad. So you're going to target people who are interested in your niche or product. And if you see, you can actually have a custom audience. If we go back to Facebook, the business.facebook.com, your business portal, you can actually create an audience. I'll show you how to do that real quick, but we're not going to dive too far into it just because it's a bit more of an advanced technique. So if you do want to create your own audience, just go to your portal, hit the little hamburger button, go down here to under advertise audiences, and when you click on that, it'll pull up your audience menu, and up here you can create a new audience. And this is really beneficial if you want to go back to the same audience over and over from multiple ads. But let's go back to this because we're just going to do it directly in your ad right now. And what we're going to do is essentially the same thing as when you set up your audience in your business portal, but this will just be one-off for this ad as opposed to one you can go back to in the future. So we're just going to do people you choose through targeting, audience details, we're going to hit the little edit button and actually choose who we want to target. So the simple questions are up top. Gender, you can determine whether you want to do men, women, or all. You can do your age range just with this slider. So think about your product, who you want to reach, and change it depending on that situation. You can also do location. So let's say you're a local business and you only want to do people around your area. You can do just like Nashville, Tennessee, and just do people in Nashville. Or if you ship around the states, you can just do United States and keep it all over. There it is. And just have it all over the country. So depending on how small or wide your audience you want to be, change it right here. And then down here, detailed targeting. This is where we're actually going to target people who are interested in your niche. So think about the kind of people who will interact with your business and choose their interest that you think. So let's say, let's use this as an example. So let's say you own a fishing company and you sell like tackle and anything related to fishing stuff. Type in here fishing interests. So interests, fishing, fishing line, fishing techniques. You get the idea. Demographics, fishing, fishing tackle, fishing guide. Let's do just this. You get the idea. So just type in things related to your business and people who would have that as interests. I would recommend having as many as possible, just so Facebook has a good pool to choose from. And as you can see, the potential reach is 16 million people. That's a bit large. You may want to whittle it down a little bit, and you can just do that by adding more detailed targeting. And the more you have, the more specific it can be for Facebook to target the right audience. And then if you're not sure where to begin, you can go to Browse, and then you can pull up education, finance, real life events. So if you think people, if you sell things for anniversaries, click on that within 30 days, within 31 days. You can get pretty specific with all these different attributes. So if you don't know where to begin, just scroll through all of these and think who your audience would apply to. And then go back here when you're done. And then you can go to Save Audience. And now as you can see, all these attributes are right here. And creating custom audiences is essentially the same thing we just did. You can just save it so you can reference it in future ads. And then the final step, I promise we're almost done, is choosing how much you want to spend. So when you're getting started, I probably wouldn't recommend spending too much. And you have the option to run this ad continuously, which means it never ends. It just goes on and on. But I would recommend setting a limit for yourself just so you don't overspend. So let's do a good range is about 5 to 7 days. And then the daily budget, $5. So 5 times 5, you're going to be spending $25 over the period of that course. If you want to keep it smaller, let's do like $2. You're just spending $10. So you can go as expensive or as cheap as you want, but I would recommend when getting started, do a bit cheaper just for a set amount of days, get results, and then kind of adjust your ads from there. So if you're having a lot of success, add more money to it. If you're not getting the results, maybe tweak a little bit, try a different audience, and see where you get. And then if you're like absolutely killing it, like awesome, so much results, you can run this ad continuously and just get results and on results on results. And then down here, if you have a pixel that's more advanced, don't worry about it. And then your payment method, and then you're done. All you have to do is hit promote. You can't see it's out of my capture window, but down here, there's a little blue promote now button, and you should be good to go. So that's kind of a basic on how to run your first Facebook ad, just kind of a breakdown of each section, what to do, what to think about. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll post in the, the description below, more Facebook ad videos that I've created, just so you can kind of refresh, get some more advanced techniques. And I wish you all the best. I hope this works for you all. If you have any questions, again, let me know. Hope you liked the video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next video.